What is the weirdest thing you've used in a project? When is the next big Domino event that you will be in? Do you think you will ever attempt the world record of the most dominoes toppled? The world record is like 4.5 million dominoes. What's up, Domino community? Welcome to the H5 Domino community channel. This is the channel where Domino enthusiasts can come together and share their love and passion for dominoes with each other. And today I'm doing another Ask Hevish5. You asked me questions on my website. I'm gonna answer them. And again, if you want to ask a question, go to my website at hevish5.com/getinvolved. There's a variety of ways you can get involved on this channel, and Ask Hevish5 is one of them. So without further ado, let's answer some questions. Nom Nom Dominoes asks, do you think you will ever attempt to beat the world record of the most dominoes toppled? The world record is like 4.5 million dominoes. I really do believe at some point we are going to break this record. I don't know when, I don't care how. At some point, I know in my lifetime, we are going to break this record together and we're gonna set up 5 million dominoes, okay? I'm calling it right now. It's gonna happen. I just don't know when. I need funding for this. If you think about it, like Domino Day took like a few months to build with like 60 builders. It's a lot of work, a lot of space, a lot of time. So to just get all of that together is a logistical nightmare. I am optimistic and I think it will happen at some point. We're gonna come back to this later. Serpent Gaming 2 asks, what is the weirdest thing you've used in a project and what did you use it for? So I don't know if you remember this, but in Famous YouTubers and Dominoes, I built a trick for the channel Niga Ryan Higa. In the video, I used a printout of an iron with a lampshade on top of it. And this is kind of just like a Ryan Higa meme kind of thing. Like he ironically uses irons and lamps. He's a funny personality and that's like the objects that he uses in his videos. I didn't want to use a full iron, so I literally printed out a piece of paper of an iron, stood it up and put a lampshade on it and built dominoes around it. That was pretty weird. Probably the strangest thing that I've ever done in a video. If you watch Ryan's videos, you know that's like pretty normal, I guess. This question is from Tanmay Bagat. I hope I said that wrong. Did I just say I wish I said that wrong? I hope I said that right. Tanmay says, hello, I'm a domino builder just like you. I have a small channel. I live in India and here the majority of people either don't know or know less about dominoes. I used to be one of them, but after one day seeing your videos, I got inspired a lot. I started building dominoes with first bricks and Jengas, and now I finally have domino blocks. I wanted to ask you, how could I increase the popularity of the dominoes among my friends and relatives? I am trying to do this by recording my dominoes and uploading them on YouTube. I try to give the link to your video channel in the end screen. Tenmei. How to increase the popularity of dominoes. It starts small, little steps. Talk to your family, your friends, introduce dominoes to people at your school or your local community. Bring your bag of dominoes to someone else's house. When you have a family gathering, get some dominoes out. Invite your friends and your family to build with you. At school, bring your dominoes there. I don't know, maybe your science teacher will love it. You never really know. Just share around the video links. If you made a really awesome video that you love, share it with a friend and maybe they'll share it with their friends and, you know, post it on Facebook. It's all a chain reaction. Literally just word of mouth, telling people what you do. Eventually, you know, more people will find out about it. We each gotta be the domino advocate in our own area, in our local community. That's how it's really gonna grow. That's how people are gonna find out about dominoes. And from there, it can spread through the internet, YouTube videos, which is great that you're already posting stuff. Keep going. It's literally just word of mouth. Tell people about dominoes and more people will know about it. The King of Dominoes asks, how do you make your monthly newsletter so fun and interesting to read? Thank you, the King of Dominoes. I'm glad you enjoy the newsletter. We talk about all the awesome things going on in the community on the newsletter. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go subscribe at hevish5.com/newsletter. And I also post secret newsletter videos on there only for newsletter subscribers. So if you want exclusive access to that, sign up. Anyways, how do we make it so fun? It is a team effort. Lyle, the H5 Domino community manager, helps a lot with this, and so does my dad. He's like a copy editor, and then I also add things to it and edit it and add like all these flares. We try to make it fun and interesting to read for viewers and just share what's going on in the community. I find that simply because we're really passionate about dominoes, we can write about it in a way that is interesting. When you love something and you tell someone about what you love, it like automatically automatically makes it really fun. It's really like a passion project that we all work on together. I'm really glad that you're enjoying it. Shout out to Lyle and my dad for helping out with it. We work really, really hard, and it's really awesome to see that people do love reading it, so thank you. Kara Goal 6 asks, when I do a domino field and knock it down, I feel sad because it topples so fast. Do you feel the same? You know, I love watching the dominoes fall, and I know that it is only gonna be a few seconds, so I don't feel sad necessarily. I love toppling it. The point is to topple it, so I'm always like super excited to knock things down. I guess for me personally, I wouldn't build a huge field to like knock down just for fun. I personally just don't really like building fields. I guess it's cool to have a longer topple. For me personally, that's more interesting than just a big field or a big wall. I don't think I'd be like sad about it. I'd just be like, oh, I could have built like an amazing project with these same dominoes instead of just a field. The next question is from Klotz Bobble. Many domino builders are using your videos for inspiration or for learning new tricks. Do you also watch domino videos for inspiration? Thank you, I'm glad you're using my videos as inspiration. I watch tons of domino videos when I need an idea or I'm looking for inspiration. I want to build a new project and I want to see what other builders are up to. That's kind of how I started building dominoes in the first place, just from watching other people's domino videos and seeing like, oh my god, that was so cool. I want to try something like that. I want to modify this trick in some way and start building this project. Just watching what other people have done is very inspiring to me. Whenever I build a project, when I need ideas, I watch videos, and sometimes if I really like an idea, I'll write it down on an ideas list that I have and I'll screenshot the trick that like jogs my memory for what I want to build. I'm like a very visual learner in that way. I'll like literally take a screenshot and use that for inspiration. It helps a lot. Highly recommend it. Domino Ermine asks, I have a fur/hair issue that gets stuck to the dominoes. How do I clean it off? Or in general, how do you clean dominoes? That's a really good question. I'm gonna be straight up honest, like, I don't clean my dominoes. Is that bad? I have so many dominoes, it would take me years to clean them all. However, I do know that some people, they take all their dominoes and put them in a bathtub and just kind of like mix it around with some soap, lay them out on a towel to dry. There are occasions where dominoes will be dirty or there'll be like some hairs in the containers. So what I'll do is, like, when I build a project and I finish a bin, like the bin is empty, I'll take that bin and dump it out so all of the remaining like dirt and hair can just like fall outside or in the trash. If you go building for years and you don't clean your bins, you're just gonna have a bunch of dirt left over, and then that can get on the dominoes and then on your floor, and then it's just like, it's not even. Clean your containers, I guess, and that'll help you clean your dominoes. But if you have pets and it's a fur/hair issue, yeah, you might want to just like put the dominoes in the tub and clean them that way. Luckily, my dog doesn't shed, so I've never had that like fur issue, and I don't have cats. I can definitely see how that might be a problem. Should I clean my dominoes? I don't know. Okay, next question. Crystal Galaxy asks, when you first got into dominoes, was there a certain aspect of it that immediately grabbed your attention, or was it just toppling dominoes as a whole? That's a great question. Yes, first of all, I did love just watching the dominoes fall, but the thing that really intrigued me is that you could build anything out of dominoes. Literally anything you want to build, you can make it with dominoes, whether that's a field or an outline of the thing or a structure. Like, originally I only thought building dominoes was a domino line that you set up and knock down, but it was so much more than that. As a 9-year-old, seeing the Mona Lisa out of dominoes was like, this is unreal. So I guess it's just like the possibilities of things that you can do with dominoes really intrigued me. That's why I love dominoes. Like, you can't really get bored of it because there's so much that you can do. I hope that answers your question. TP Domino asks, when is the next big domino event that you will be in? The next event that I will be in is BMAC 12. It's the 12th annual Brattleboro Museum and Arts Center Domino Toppling Extravaganza, and I'll have all the information down below. It's It's September 29 and doors open at 5 o'clock. It's in Brattleboro, Vermont, so if you are there or want to come, I will be there and we'll be knocking down a ton of Dominoes live. So if you come, enjoy the topple. I look forward to meeting you. It's always a lot of fun there. I really look forward to this event every single year. Stick Trick Domino Dude asks, what is the skill that domino builders need to learn but is rarely talked about? That's a really good question, Michael. Thank you for asking that. I feel like a skill that domino builders need to learn is optimism. It's one of those soft skills that I think is really, really important, especially when you're building dominoes. Having an optimistic mindset and being like, I'm gonna build this, it's gonna work, I have hope, I know that it could fail, but it's gonna be okay. And just having those sort of optimistic and positive thoughts can really help you in your process when you're building. If, for example, I was like, all right, I'm gonna build this, but it's probably gonna fail and I'm gonna knock it down. I'm not great at building dominoes. It's just not gonna work out. If I go into building with that mindset, it's probably more likely that it's going to fall over. I think just training your mind to think positively in an optimistic way is a great skill, and I think it's definitely going to help you, especially when you build much larger projects that require building with others. It's really important to have optimism and hope that whatever you're doing is gonna work out. And even if it doesn't work out, it's still gonna be okay. As long as you're not getting hurt, you're fine. Life goes on and you learn from it. So that's what I would say. EF Domino 53 asks, what video camera do you currently use and which ones have you used in the past? Do you have any tips or recommendations for cheap ones that work well for dominoes? I have relatively poor lighting in my house and I'm looking to upgrade my video camera quality. So I currently use a Sony a7 III as my main like tripod vlog video camera. It's great for stills, great quality for video, really good depth of field and focus. However, it is quite expensive. This is the Canon Vixia HF G40. This has been my favorite for following dominoes just because the stabilization is incredible. It can be super stabilized. It has a stabilization feature, but then you press a button and then it gets like extra stable, which is like super nice, especially when you're watching dominoes. It has a controlled zoom, so it's very smooth to follow. Everything is always in focus. If I tried to follow the dominoes with this Sony camera, it would be a little harder just because this video camera is just so much faster. It's made for video. So I highly recommend that. If you're looking for a cheaper video camera option, I highly recommend any of the Canon Vixia series. My other camera, the Canon Vixia HF M400, is super good. It's a bit smaller than this, but it works super well. The main thing you want to look for when you're buying a camera for dominoes is how stable it's going to be and how fast it can focus. Those are like the two main things. And this last question is from the Domino Bros, who asks, what would you say the educational benefits for kids of building dominoes are? There's so many benefits for building dominoes. First of all is it teaches you so much about physics and the way that things move. Just through experimentation and analysis and how one domino falls and collides with the next one, you learn a lot about gravity and friction and Newton's laws. On top of that, you can learn so much about creative problem solving and engineering and just how to overcome failure, art, design, even soft skills like patience, determination, persistence. There are so many life skills that you can learn from building dominoes. I've even heard from people that setting up dominoes can help people concentrate and really focus. It transfers to any aspect of life, whether that's studying for a test or learning a new skill or working with others. Like, dominoes is such a great, fun way to learn all of these things. It's really amazing. It can help you so much, and I really want to spread that out there. That's like the main goal now, as my job is to like show people what the benefits of building dominoes are. So you're gonna see a lot more of that in the future. But yeah, if you're looking to get into dominoes, definitely go for it. It's so much fun. You can learn so much. I can attribute a lot of my personality and the things that I've learned throughout life because of building with dominoes. It's really amazing. Thank you for all the questions again. If you want to ask a question, go to heavish5.com/get involved. You can also apply to make a community video to be featured on this channel as as well if you're interested in that. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the H5 Domino community channel. This is the channel for you if you love Dominoes. And if you haven't subscribed to the H5 Domino community newsletter yet, go subscribe at hevish5.com/newsletter. I post new Domino events, new Domino clubs, big events that are going on in the community, and so many more things. I really think you'd like it if you are into the world of Dominoes, so go subscribe. And I think that's it. Thanks again for all your questions. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your question. I try to answer as many as I can on here. If you want to ask a question, go to the link below. And as always, I'm Lily /Hevish5, and keep on building.